Hi, dear cricket fans. This is Ram with Cricket Happenings. Well, I'm a bit under the weather today. You would be seeing that I'm in full sleeve coat here. But I would have loved to actually bring this particular report of the Chennai superkings being crowned as the Champions League 2020 champions 2010. They actually beat Warriors very easily. In fact, it was a very facile victory for Chennai Super Kings, and they actually beat them by 8 wickets. Actually, they beat them hollow by 8 wickets, I would say. Well, I know that maybe you would feel that my dialogue delivery, my broadcasting might not have the same effect. And I would have really loved dear cricket fans to actually bring in this particular report in a very framed manner, probably drafting a very good report and then shooting it out to you, dear cricket fans, friends, and subscribers. But unfortunately, due to my ill health today, I have a sore throat, and so that's the precise reason I have to basically do a extempore report as usual that I normally do in cricket happenings, and which you're all fond of, and you're all giving me good support in that arena. I have to be really thankful for that. Because as you know, if I could actually get time to actually draft those reports, well, I could really dish out a few good ones there. But your support has been amazing, your cooperation has been splendid, and that makes me all the more determined to go full throttle, even if I do it extempore. You guys have given me the confidence. Thank you very much. So let's get on to the bull ring here in the Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg, where the Chennai Super Kings of India have been crowned champions of the 2020 tournament here, the Champions League 2020 final, which was enacted here at the Bull Ring in the Wanderers Stadium. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the Indian captain, the Indian and Chennai Super Kings captain, held the trophy aloft, and Chennai Super Kings won this match by 8 wickets with 1 over remaining in the match. So as far as the story of the day goes, but before that, let me tell you that Chennai Super Kings, what they have done is Chennai Super Kings have not only proved that they are domestic champions when they actually got the IPL 2010, they have scalped the second trophy of the season by actually getting the Champions League 2020 2010. As far as the Chennai Super Kings were concerned, it was Warriors who actually won the toss and elected to bat. And the Warriors had a good start. They had a very electric start as usual, because in 5 overs they had rattled off almost 40 runs with Dougie Bollinger and Markle. But let me tell you, Dougie Bollinger was blasted by Jacobs for boundaries. The way he hit it, Jacobs was all over the ballers, and the innings was going like a train as far as Warriors were concerned when the openers Jacobs and Prince started. In fact, if you see, Prince actually departed for 6, and at that time the score after 4.1 overs read 39 for 1, and Ashwin Prince tried to throw the kitchen sink at Dougie Bollinger, and he was castled by Bollinger for 6. So that was the first wicket to go. Davy Jacobs continued in his imperious fashion as he actually thrashed the ballers. Bollinger was taken to the pickets. He was blasting the ball. Then he was playing all the strokes that he is known for: the shuffle, the smash, good off drives, good cover drives. Everything was put into it. And then it was, and that was the time. And now this has been a feature of Chennai Super Kings. When things started going like this, that was Dhoni introduced R.ashwin into the attack. And let me tell you, R.ashwin and Muralidharan, who have been making a great difference today, bowled 8 overs, giving 32 runs between them and scalping 5 wickets. That was splendid bowling. 5 for 32 of the 8 overs between Ashwin, the carom ball bowler, the off spinner, and Muthiya Muralidharan. So that was great bowling. And well, after that, there was some good control bowling by Markle and Balaji. Balaji also controlled the innings there. And Colin Ingram actually fell to Markle for 16, but it was caught by Raina. Krush got 17 of 17 deliveries with 1-4, being a victim of Muralidharan. Boucher, like a bunny boy of Muralidharan, was clean bowled for 5, and both was actually taken by Ashwin for 7. So some quick wickets fell at that end. But let me tell you, before that, they were 45 for 2 when Jacobs, after playing such a wonderful innings of 34 of 21 balls with 8 fours into that effort, was trying to reverse sweep. Actually, it has fetched him a lot of runs in the past, and that's what he precisely went out to do. But today, it didn't really materialize for him, as Jacobs got his was trapped on the pads, and up went the umpire's finger. Jacobs was gone. LBW ball. Ashwin for 34 of 21 deliveries. Tyson crashed three boundaries. In fact, he hit. It was Balaji who was actually steered. Then it was a late cut, and there was some very one six also shoveled over the fence by Tyson, who contributed a quick 25, 18 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. Muralidharan actually wrapped up his wicket. Nicky Boy was not out on 8 in the end, and Theron was not out on 2. And the Warriors were restricted with some control bowling by all the Chennai Super Kings bowlers. Dougie Bollinger 4 overs, no maiden 1 for 33. Malted 4 overs, no maiden 1 for 31. Ashwin 4 overs, no maiden 2 for 16. Muralidharan 4 overs, no maiden, identical figures. Only thing is he got 1 wicket more than Ashwin. 3 for 16. Balaji bowled 4 overs for 28 runs. So it was a control bowling from Balaji too. So 128 for 7 in 20 overs never looked a target for Chennai Super Kings, because Chennai Super Kings really proved that. And as I said, it was a facile win for them. They started off with a century partnership between Michael Hussey and Murli Vijay, who was the man of the match today. He and one has to really admire Murli Vijay for his consistency as far as Chennai Super Kings is concerned. The way he has been playing, that has been a big bonus for Chennai Super Kings. The opening stats have been really electric, with Murli Vijay on the top of his batting there, and both of them actually reached 103 in the 15th over. So it was good batting. Michael Hussey was doing the sort of the backup job, just giving more strike to Murli Vijay, just rotating the strike. He was getting the singles. So his innings was a very sedate one. But as far as Murli Vijay was concerned, Murli Vijay was thrashing the ball into all parts of the field. Mackay Nitini's 4 overs went for 30 runs. Theron was today. Yuan Theron was ineffective. He was also really taken for runs, with Murli Vijay playing all his orthodox strokes that he normally does to actually get on the top of the bowling. And once he did that, once the score reached 103 for 1 in the 15th over, Murli Vijay departed. Murli Vijay was a victim of Boy when he was got by Krush for 58 of 53 deliveries, 6 fours and 2 sixes. Suresh Raina just followed him back to the hut there very quickly with the score on 107. When he was caught both a ball Nitini for 2. So that was it, and 107 for 2 16th over. After that was just a formality. Michael Hussey was there. He got to his 50. He remained not out on 51 of 46 balls with 3 fours. Mahendra Singh Dhoni just thrashed some boundaries and a 6, and finally finished it off. He was not out on 17 of 60 of 12 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6, bringing up the victory for them by 8 wickets. A very easy victory. 132 for 2 was Chennai Super Kings score in the 19th over. The bowling figures: Mackay Nitini 4 overs, no maiden 1 for 30. Sutsubi 3 overs for 14. Yuan Theron, the costliest, 4 overs for 40 runs. Johan Botha 4 overs, no maiden, none for 18. As usual, very economical. Nicky Boy 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 29. Man of the match, Murli Vijay of Chennai Super Kings, and player of the series, R.ashwin, the right arm off spinner, cannonball bowler, who really befuddled the batsman and had a great role to play as far as Chennai Super Kings are concerned. And as you know, Dhoni giving great tribute to Ashwin in his post-match press conference, saying that R.ashwin has played a great role. And R.ashwin himself admitted that Muthiah Muralidharan, operating in tandem with Muthiah Muralidharan, was a great experience, because Muthiah Muralidharan, as being such a great bowler, used to exert the pressure on the batsman, and it was Murli Ashwin getting the best part of it, because once Ashwin used to when Muralidharan used to actually always it happens like the bowlers operate in tandem, and that's what he attributed it to. It was very good of him, and though he is also having good hopes, he said that he has been doing very well in the IPL, the 3 IPLs now, and Ashwin is really improving to be a great bowler now. That's good. And the other news that I can cover right now, dear cricket fans, I'll take you down to the news here. Let's talk about, basically this will be some cricket news, and let me first talk about, this is going to be just a sort of a snippet, I would say. I wouldn't say that I would be able to go the whole hog, just because the broadcast is still on. I thought that I can actually share the Australian tour of India, with the board presidents 11 actually put up a massive score on the board. They actually declared at 505 for 8 declared. There were centuries today for Marcus Not on 124 of 128 balls with 19 fours and 2 sixes. Tim Payne contributed 45. Other than that, there was not much of a resistance. Steve Smith was out for 5, Johnson for 1, Hodgetts for 6. Hilfenhaus. As far as the bowling for board presidents 11 is concerned, 2 for 51 for Sreesanth. They had 3 for 67 for Pragyan, which was the best actually. 2 for 30 for Shikhar Dhiman. As far as Indian board presidents 11 reply was concerned, it was pathetic. 143 for 6 at stumps on the second die. Gambhir, the opener, failed today. He was the bowlers were very good today. Australian bowlers. Ben Hilfenhaus 7 overs 4 made him 3 for 28. He's the best. Mitchell Johnson actually had Cheteshwar Pujara, who had a maiden call-up to the Test squad for India, clean bowled for 9. So Cheteshwar Pujara didn't have a good hit there. It was very unfortunate, and there was not much resistance. The only person who has been playing is Piyush Chawla. He's not out on 64 at close of play. Rahane was out for a duck. Pujara was for 9. Saurabh Tiwari was gone for 15. Was taken by the rookie Peter George, and 14 from Ridhiman Saha. Sreesanth is not out on 6 at stumps. Chawla is not out 64, and the board presidents 11 has finished at 143 for 6 in 35 overs. In reply to the Australians, 505 for 8 declared at the first tour match played at the Sector 16 Stadium in Chandigarh on the second day. Tomorrow is the third day. So that's it as far as this particular match is concerned, dear fans. And let me see whether I can cover anything, if at all this broadcast really stays. Looks like it's going to stay, so let's go on and catch up on some other news coming in from Zimbabwe and Ireland, which was a real humdinger. It went to the last ball, it went to the wire. So I'm just going to give you the just a summary of what really happened. As you know, cricket is something which really interests me. I go the whole hog there, and let me take on to the scorecard and see. It was it was a real thriller out there. It went on till the last ball, until it was Rainsford who actually sealed it. In fact, Zimbabwe actually won this match by 2 wickets of the last ball of the 50th over. What a game we had here at the Harare Sports Club on the 26th of September 2010. Well, it was Zimbabwe won the match. It was Ireland who actually took first strike, made 200. It was a low-scoring thriller, I would say. And there were contributions from good contributions from Andy White, 47 of 80 balls with 1-4. Wilson contributed 69 of 87 balls with 7 fours. We are talking about the first one-day international between Zimbabwe and Ireland, Harare Sports Club. 16 of 87 balls with 7 fours. Mooney contributed 22 of 23 balls with 3 fours. Trent Johnston was not out 23 of 19 balls with 2 fours. So the bowling is concerned, Rainsford was the man, because Rainsford really put up a real man of the match performance, and actually first he had the Ireland innings on the rack. 9 overs, 4 maidens, 4 for 23 his figures. There were 2 wicket share from Po Fu, 10 overs 43 for Creamer, and 1 for 20 for Masakadza. As far as Zimbabwe were concerned, they went over the line 206 for 8. So actually it was very interesting. There was a 6 which was hit by Rainsford, I reckon. Let me just look into it. Yes, there was a 6. The winning hit, there were 200 runs in the 49.5 overs, and the 50th over, it was Rainsford who actually hit a 6, and he was not out on 9 of 3 balls, and that particular 6 was hit. So the last ball, it went for a 6, and Zimbabwe actually clinched this match by 2 wickets in the end. So Eddie Rainsford was named man of the match for that effort. So as far as Zimbabwe's innings were concerned, there were contributions from Brendan Taylor, 27 of 47 balls with 4 fours. The highest scorer was Tatienda Taibu, who made 62 of 106 balls with 3 fours. Some little contributions coming in from Craig Irwin, 23 of 39, very useful in the end. Coventry contributed 27 of 47 balls with 1 4, 41 to Chigumbura of 32 balls, 4 fours and 1 6. And as far as the bowling from Ireland were concerned, in fact, Kevin O'Brien went for some pasting there. 10 overs, 1 made him 1 for 61. 2 for 36 was the economical from Trent Johnston. 3 for 27 from Greg Dockrell, the left-arm spinner, a very promising left-arm spinner, emerging from the Ireland shores. And Ed Rainsford, easy Rainsford of Zimbabwe, was named man of the match. So that was that brings to a conclusion of this edition of Cricket Happenings, which would be the final edition of mine, as far as the first and final edition of mine. That's it, dear cricket fans. I'm looking forward to seeing you all, dear cricket fans, subscribers, and friends, tomorrow. That's it, dear cricket fans, for Cricket Happenings. This is Ram finally signing off. Thank you.